Num Num delivers fresh food with whole ingredients backed by veterinarian science. Science tells us that a dog's health starts in the bowl, so improving their diet is one of the best ways to help them live a long and happy life. Num Num's food is full of proteins your dog loves and the vitamins and nutrients they need to thrive. All you have to do is order, pour, and serve. Ready to make the switch to fresh? Order Num Num today. Go to https://trynom.com/curveball and get 50% off your first order plus free shipping. That's https://trynom.com/curveball. Plus, Num Num comes with a money-back guarantee. If your dog's tail isn't wagging within 30 days, Num Num will refund your first order. No fillers, no nonsense, just Num Num. Welcome to the Living the Dream podcast with Curveball. If you believe, you can achieve. Welcome to the Living the Dream with Curveball podcast, a show where I interview guests that teach, motivate, and inspire. Got a treat for you today as I am joined by singer, songwriter, and entertainer John Ferrari, along with Pepper J, and they got their friend there as well. And John thrives in the limelight. Came in the green room. He was already playing his guitar, getting it all ready. His philosophy.
Well, Pepper said we may play some songs. I thought, boy, I better warm up. I was trying to sing this morning, and boy, it was terrible.
Well, his philosophy is that there's no stranger in the audience. So let's go ahead and jump into John's story. John, why don't you guys start off by telling everybody a little bit about yourselves? Anybody who wants to speak up, just speak up.
All right. Well, I'm John Michael Ferrari, and I'm 5'11". And I love salami. What else? I love music. We play music all the time. We're always in Nashville. Pepper J and I and Sophie Love, my singing partner over there. We're on our way to Nashville in just a few weeks to do some more recording and doing some filming over there.
And performing.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, okay. I am Pepper J. I'm not 6'11", 5'11". I am 5'2¼ and that in quarter is very important. I'm a music producer. I have been producing John Michael Ferrari's music more than 30 years.
Oh, that's so cool.
It is, yes, true. Thanks, Curtis, for having us on.
Anytime. So tell us how you guys got into music and started loving music.
Well, I started, when I was a kid. I was in sixth grade, sixth grade, and I got my first guitar. And that's when I started. I knew that I wanted to do that. And I picked up the guitar and I started playing it. And music has been my whole life. And I've been played in like little bands. And then after I got out of the military, I got into show business, playing nightclubs and all kinds of things.
When I was little, I would put on backyard plays, performances, singing, dancing, little skits. But I was never really the singer. I was just the organizer and one of the actors once in a while. And that's what I'm still doing, but maybe just not in my backyard anymore.
Okay, well, I know in the bio, you guys talked about cross genre. So tell us about the type of music that listeners can expect to when they listen to your songs.
Well, playing cover songs most of my life. I played everything from rock and roll to show tunes to country music. And I just loved all kinds of music. I listened to classical music. So when I started writing my own songs, I incorporated a little bit of everything. Even though we record in Nashville, a lot of our songs are country songs, many of our songs lend themselves to being pop songs that get on radio pop charts and country charts. But I think that's we're really fortunate because we're crossover artists. A lot of our songs, they will go both on country and pop.
We treat our original songs like they are our children. We never really know how they're going to turn out, which is really true. And sort of they give a life of their own. So if they become like a country jazz, that's the way it is. If it sounds more like a Motown romantic, then that's the direction we go. We try to allow the song to guide the way rather than us to have a predestined genre. John does not have a real big respect for genres, so he just goes wherever he wants wherever the song takes him. Maybe that's why he was awarded Crossover Artist of the Year by the New Music Awards a couple of years ago. So yeah, he does a lot of different genres all mixed up.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question. Tell us about, John has received a lot of awards, so talk about those awards and about the charts that, some of your songs has been on.
Well, I'll let Pepper talk about the awards. I don't even remember them. Pepper keeps track of all that stuff.
Well, I'll tell you, we have been extraordinarily blessed. The accolades, the reviews of the music, the awards. Let's see. Let's just go back a few years. 2019, John was named Singer-Songwriter of the Year by the Producer's Choice Honors. And then in the next year would that be 1920? No, 2020.
Yeah.
That's a good year. Yeah, I remember that year pretty well. So in 20, he won AAA Album of the Year for his album Be the Smile on Your Face. I mentioned he was Crossover Artist of the Year. The Nashville Music Foundation named him Outstanding Male Artist of the Year 2022. And those are a few. He's had a couple, like Best Performer of the Year. I like that one. Really, there's no place he'd rather be than on stage. And when there's an audience there, he just loves giving to them. So those are a few. I would invite people, please, to visit his website, johnmichaelferrari.com, and click on the little tab called Kudos. Yeah, that would be great. Thank you so much for asking, Curtis.
Well, tell us about some of the people or, the big musical influence that you have had over the years that have influenced you to do your music the way that you do it.
Well, being a kid, I think Elvis influenced everybody, and it definitely influenced me on how to play guitar, pick up guitar. And then somewhere along the line, I had the opportunity of seeing Sammy Davis Jr. live at Lake Tahoe from backstage. And I watched this man perform, and he was the greatest entertainer, I think, at any given time. And I became a big Sammy Davis Jr. fan. Even though that's out of the genre that I play, I just loved the way he entertained, the way he sang. And then over the years, I started getting more interested in not so much just singers and artists, but people like Quincy Jones, and listening to David Foster, Burt Bacharach, people who had arrangements, David Foster, who were actually behind the music. I started getting more interested in that and incorporating different sounds and arrangements in my that are reminiscent from the big band era and also.
Okay, well, I know when we were in the green room, you guys talked about wanting to do a little something live for the listeners. So Go ahead and grace us, give us a treat.
I'm going to introduce you to Sophie Love.
Hey, Sophie.
Hi, Curtis.
So
before you guys get started, Sophie, you want to tell the audience a little bit about yourself real quick?
Tell them about you. Tell them.
Well, John Michael Ferrari has been my coach for about a little over a year now. And he's taught me to do fun things like harmonies, some stage presence that we're still working on. I just started writing some songs and understanding the structure, so that's pretty cool. I really just want to live out my dream of being an artist like him.
Yeah, she came on as a student and never really thought about her becoming a partner of mine, performing and singing with me. But she got so good, and I thought, boy, I can't find anybody better than that. She started singing and learning all my songs, and then she started learning all the background parts and started taking her on our performances, and people just love her.
All right. Well, let's hear what you guys got for the listeners.
All right, this is a song called Yes, I Do. And this is kind of, I would say it's a country, but it's a love song, kind of. Let's start the night with a kid before the evening ends. There's a question unanswered. Say it again. I whisper in your ear. Every word is true. Do I love you? Yes, I do. Do I love you? Yes, I do. Do I love you? Yes, I do. I promise you. Yes, I do.
Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Tell us about any current or upcoming projects that you all are working on that we need to know about.
So if you go to johnmichaelferrari.com/tour, then you'll find everything that he's doing. Right now, we have at the end of this month, July 29th, in Las Vegas, Nevada, we have a really fun gig. It's called BYOZ, Bring Your Own Zebra. And everyone's going to be dressed like a zebra outfit, shirt, jumpsuit, headband, whatever it is. There are inflatable zebras running around the place. It's at the Usual Place, which is kind of near downtown Las Vegas. And it's an interesting night. Every half an hour, there's a new band. Begins at 7:00. So 7:30. John and Sophie and Sexy Sticks, who's our drummer, will be on at 8, and they'll be 8:30, 9. And it sounds like a wild night. Tickets are only $14 a person, which are really cool. And if you go to the soundgroove.com and make sure you click on the Las Vegas event, then you'll go to tickets and you'll see John Michael Ferrari's name, and just click the plus button on how many tickets you want. How many times do you bring your own zebra, after all?
Okay. So listeners, if you're in the area, please be sure to check that out. What advice?
I also want to just say really quickly that he's got several other gigs popping up. In October, he's several gigs in Nashville and different and the other. Just check the tour. We'd love to see you, and come up to the stage and say hi.
Okay. Well, tell us about any advice that you guys would give any upcoming or aspiring artists, since you guys have been doing it for so long.
Well, I would think it depends what your goal is. I mean, you want to play rock and roll with a band. If you want to become on Broadway, or singing on stage at Broadway, or if you want to become a rock star or a country singer, each one has its own goals of what you need to do. But I think education is probably the most important thing. Learning music, taking classes in school. And the more you learn, the better you'll be at whatever you do, whether you're playing an instrument, singing a song, or performing, singing, and acting on Broadway.
I think it's important also just to do it. Don't be waiting for anything. Learn. There's all sorts of YouTube videos, Vimeo videos you can look at out there. And if you like what they're saying, listen, take what you want or not, and just go for it. Grab some friends, make a band, learn an instrument, and enjoy yourself. I think if you're going for radio, of course, and John could speak more than I, you really want to go for radio structure in the genre that you want to be successful in.
Okay. Do you guys have any final thoughts for the listeners before we close it out? Once again, that website is johnmichaelferrari.com.
No, just thank you for having us on the show, and I hope everybody listening go to our website and check out some of my music. There's a variety of different styles, and maybe one of the songs will become one of your favorites.
And he loves being on stage. So wherever you are in the world, and you'd like John to be on your stage, festival, concert, or whatever, it's how we see the world. Please connect with us. Thanks again, Curtis.
JohnMichaelFerrari.com. Listeners, share this episode to as many people as possible. If you have any guests or suggestion topics, cjackson102@cox.net is the place to send them. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for joining me, John, Sophie.
Pepper.
I appreciate you.
Yay.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
For more information on the Living the Dream podcast, visit www.djcurveball.com. Until next time, stay focused on living the dream.